Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for European Race Night Division 2, and we are here at Suzuka, Japan, and I am really looking forward to this one, especially from Division 2. It's a very, very tough track. It'll be interesting to see what they can do. I'm Dame Zero. Alongside me is Mr. Fragstar. How are you doing today, Fragstar?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Can't complain. Yourself?
I'm good, but I'm just looking at something. It says I'm in the pits. It says I'm 19th and I'm in the McLaren.
It does.
I'm in spectate mode. I am in spectate mode, but for some reason I'm in the garage.
Well, that's a new one.
I am very, very confused.
Well, whoever it is coming out.
Oh, I'm coming out to play, boys. I'm coming out to play. Watch me big this up in the McLaren. I'm here for Div 2 and Div 3. Let's go. Oh dear, what is going on?
How weird.
What is going on? Anyway, let's get back to the action. So the first cars out on track are D6W in the AlphaTauri, and I think that is it's not Chelsea. I think it's Raz behind him. It is Raz. So they are the two cars on track, so it'll be interesting to see. Like, I don't actually know who that other McLaren is now, though. I need to go check the attendance. I need to see who that other McLaren is. It's Arndt. That's who it is. So I'm Arndt for the day. That's who I am. Right, okay. Right, anyway, Japan, a very, very technical track. The S's can really throw you off, especially if you don't have a decent setup on that's going to grip in MS's. It can be very, very difficult. But it'll be interesting to see what can come from Division 2 today, because we know, Frag, that they can really, really give it a right good go when they really want to, and they battle in any corner. We saw, I think it was Gibby. That was in Division 1, actually. Gibby overtaking in Monaco in the tight hairpin. So it'll be interesting to see what Div 2 can do today.
It will be interesting, because Div 2 always like to put on a show, and sometimes you get very clean, beautiful racing, sometimes you don't, but you know, that's Formula 1.
Yeah.
But like you said, them S's, they can be a cruel mistress when they want to be.
Indeed. The big one, of course, being Dunlop. It's coming out of the S's and going into Dunlop, as Breezy has retired. Breezy's crashed out, actually, in the S's, as we're just talking about the S's. The first victim has fallen, and it's Breezy.
Oh, that's such a shame from him.
Big. I think that's on an outlap as well, or maybe just the start of his push lap there. So that's huge already from Division 2, the first casualty of the weekend. Renault's off.
It's like you said about Japan, it's a very technical track, and you need the right setup, because them S's, you can lose the back end so easily.
Yeah, Harvey is another victim to the S's already, so they're really, really going to be pushing. But D6W now is heading towards the final chicane. It'll be interesting to see. You've got quite a few places here where you can really invalidate it. But he crosses the line. It's a 27.6 for the first run there. So maybe a couple of messes up, but it's a bank lap nonetheless. Eke Blower goes top with a 27.1 in the Alfa Romeo. Darko Wade, his teammate, does a 27.8 in the other Alfa Romeo. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes about. And Avoki's on a very quick lap in the Red Bull, just set purple sector 1. So that'll be interesting to see later on the lap. Storm crosses the line. Storm goes third with a 27.6. T-Bag going second with a 27.2. Anthem going top with a 26.8. Chelsea going over with a 28 dead. So some nice little lap times coming in here. There's NRC Island, one of the title contenders here, there with a 27.2, putting himself into 4th position. But there seems to be yellow flags absolutely everywhere by the looks of it on my screen. I don't know about you, Frag, but there seems to be a lot of yellow flags down there.
I'm currently just riding on board with Harvey, because I'm intrigued to why he's done half of the track on the grass. I don't know if he's got wing damage or anything like that.
Not too sure. Avoki's about to come across the line. He did set a purple sector 1. What's he going to set when he crosses the line? Avoki, he goes across the line. He goes 6th with a 27.6 there, so that's not too bad from himself. Nice banker laps coming in. Christoph does a 26.9 and goes 2nd. Let's just see. I don't think there's anybody close to crossing the line.
Harvey Booth has just started his lap, and he's opted for the mediums, where every other driver is on softs.
Yeah, that's very interesting to see the medium compound trying to go for the alternate strategy there. So it could really pay off. I mean, if there's a safety car and everybody pits into the safety car and you wait for the late safety car later on, it could really pay off, get on them softs and just absolutely dart round at the end.
Yeah.
Really close from gap. So it'll be interesting to see, but he has invalidated
it
already, which is a big shame. They're just coming out of sector 1. Ramos is currently on a lap in the Renault. He's currently 15th, not set a lap so far. He's set a purple. Sector 2 apparently to Cold Masters, but we all know what that can mean sometimes, the fake promises. As he comes into the chicane now, takes it very neatly, doesn't really want to go aggressive and attack the curbs too much, as he now hits the DRS, comes across the line, and he goes third with a 27 dead. So not a bad banker lap from him now, and he can really start pushing.
So the top 3 drivers I would say to watch out for is the standard. It's Skeefy, NRC Island, and Anthem. So
yeah, Anthem really been on fire the past couple of weeks.
He has, but it's just them few little things that have let him down, like either staying out on a safety car or not changing from wet tyres down to intermediates, for example. It's them little things like what in Russia he spanned, didn't he? Or hit someone, if I remember rightly.
I think he did. I think he span. If I can remember correctly, I think he span. I think it was in sector 2, wasn't it?
Yeah. So with Anthem, he's incredibly quick. His like 1 lap pace is incredible. He just needs to calm down when it comes to racing.
Yeah. Patience is always your best friend in racing. Never try and go for a move that isn't there. I mean, I say this and I go and do things like in Russia at Div 3, but we all know that. But we're heading now. I'm just currently on board, Mr. Five-Star, with Skeefy in the Haas, the title contender. And he's taken these S's very nicely, quite calm. Dunlop, you've got to be so feathered. You've got to feather that throttle through Dunlop so much, because if you put a bit too much power in, the back end's going to kick out, and that's it. As it goes a bit wide there through the second right-hander.
He has
set a purple.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he's just set a purple sector 1.
Yes, indeed he has. He goes through the hairpin being a slight off-camber and a bit slippery with some setups, but some people do have different setups, as we all imagine. The variety of setups drivers are going to have here is going to be insane as he heads towards Spoon and goes round out of Spoon and gets that nicely onto the straight, heading towards 130R. And this is looking like a very neat and very quick lap here from Skeefy.
It's a purple sector 2.
Yeah, hits 130R, doesn't come really close to the grass like some drivers to save the distance, as he now hits the chicane, goes maybe slightly deep, but maybe doesn't want to attack the curbs as much as he tries to get the power down there. DRS is now enabled, comes across the line, he goes third with a 26.9, so the third sector, maybe just letting him down there slightly, but look at that, 1,000th of a second between him and Christoph.
That's how close Division 2 is.
It's unbelievable, and this is why we absolutely love Division 2 here in ERN. It is just so close. It's unbelievable, as Raz is now about to come across the line. He's currently 16th, no time yet. Raz goes 12th with 28 dead. So that's a very nice lap there from himself. Apparently, I'm about to come across the line, Mr. Fragstar and McLaren. Oh, no, I've decided to back out. I'm not even moving anything in the controller settings. But that is NRC Arts. As far as we know, that is NRC Arts, but I can see the attendance. So I think we're okay there. But got to love Code Masters sometimes, because that's actually a new one. Out of all the times I've been streaming, Frag, that's a new one. I've never seen my own name.
Yeah, that is a new one. In terms of bugs for Codemasters.
That's unbelievable, as Nicki Minaj in the Red Bull is about to come across the line. Currently in 20th goes P15 with a 28.9, 7/10, I think that is, off Nash in the Williams. So that's a big gap there, maybe just a very scrappy lap, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking between P4 to P11, it's only a couple of hundred separating everybody from each other. It's Skeefy, Christoph, and Anthem that are very close to each other.
Yeah.
And Island isn't as high as I thought he would be.
No, and that's it. But it is only the first laps. I mean, he could be playing bait making people think in the lobby that he's not going to be as quick as in the quali piece. But all of a sudden, all it takes is one lap, Frag. We both know that.
Oh yeah,
it takes
definitely.
one lap, and oh my goodness, Storm with a 26.7 in the Haas going top there. That's come out of nowhere.
Do you want my predictions now or later?
I mean, you bet Storm last week, and unfortunately that didn't go very well for you. But that's a really big lap there from Storm. I mean, it's very rare. No offense to Storm, he's not had the greatest season. It's been a very tough season for him on the new game, but we don't see him normally put in times like that competing with. Oh, as you speak about NRC Island, by the way, there's a 26.8 from himself too.
Putting himself P2, nice.
So there's Island's little throwback at you. That's a really good lap there from Storm. I'm really
That's a
impressed with that,
very good lap. Question is, can he hang on to that for 6 minutes?
That is true. I mean, Harvey has now decided to go for the softs. He's come off his alternate strategy by the looks of it, and he's on very, very low fuel. Very low fuel. He's on his flying lap now, and he's already blinking. And he validated.
Yep. You've got to be careful with that corner. That corner can be so tempting.
Oh, mate. But the thing is, you can cut it so much. It's just making sure you don't cut it that much.
Yes.
It's a very, very risky corner as T-Bag goes second there with a 26.72. So some lap times that are now beginning to fall as we head towards the last 5 minutes of qualifying. We are not that far away, and these lap times, I imagine, are going to have big slashes in them.
Yep, this track is getting rubberized. Go if I can spit it out. Rubberized right now.
It really is. I mean, there's so many places too where you can invalidate it. You can invalidate it turn 1 as we have another victim, and that's Nash in the S's. Just on board with Skeefy. Let's see, there he is in the barrier at the first S. He's probably took that maybe just a bit too much speed. He's gripped it on the curb, and the curb has sent him into the wall there, so that's a big shame for Nash. So Breezy and Nash being the two men that fall so far in the S's here in Japan. A very technical circuit, we all know that, and if you've got a very low drag setup on, it can really throw you. But I'm just looking at another bulk now, Fagstar, I'd like to inform you about. Sync is on, it says to me he's on the softs, but he's on the mediums.
Oh, see, for me, it's telling me he's on mediums.
Oh, for me, he's telling me he's on softs, but I can see medium tires, so I don't know what's going on there. Oh, I'm on a lap. I'm currently in Spoon, apparently. Mr. NRC Arts currently down in Spoon. He's not managed to set a lap time yet. Oh, it just takes a bit too much. That curb and has to come off the power there on the exit of Spoon. So that's very interesting to see as the McLaren now roars towards 130. Oh, and as he goes through, let's see how he's going to do this. He doesn't take it close to the grass like Skeefy did, but let's see how he does coming into the chicane. Attacks the curb there quite aggressively and going up to 4th and 5th. A very, very subtle exit there. It really wasn't like on the limiter, but I go 27 dead. Mr. Dame Zero goes 27 dead, which is very interesting to see. Very interesting to see. I wouldn't mind that in Div 2.
What? I think my end is having a small amount of issues. It's telling me that Nicki Minaj is in a Williams, but it also
no, mine's okay. Mine's in.
It also popped up a minute ago saying that he retired. So you're gonna have to bear with me.
It popped up for me saying he left the session. He didn't retire. I think he left. Oh, for goodness sake, Cody! We are sorry, everybody who wants to actually hear me actually commentate, but I don't know. I'm so confused. What are you doing at?
Skeefy almost lost it after setting in purple sector 1.
He backed out?
Yeah, he's backed out now. I think he's gonna obviously regain some of that ERS and go again. Because I don't believe he's gonna have time to stop and change for another set.
I mean, it's telling me he's already done his flying lap, but otherwise I would have noticed that he was on his lap. I don't know who is on the lap at the minute. I mean, there is a lot of drivers in the pits currently. We'll probably be seeing them within probably the next 30 seconds. But a lot of yellow flags, which, if this carries on into the race, could really mess up the race for these Division 2 drivers.
It really could. It's going to be interesting to see, like, how many lives then S's are going to take.
Oh, Skeefy does go back in.
He pits. He's...
Interesting.
Yeah. Is he going to have enough time to get his last fresh pair of softs on and go out again? I don't think he is.
I don't think he will. Unless he literally does it to the max and do 2 quality laps back to back to back. So I'm not too sure. Oh, as there goes Raz, and he's into the barrier. There's the second, there's the third man. We were on board with him. There's the third man into the barriers. The second one in that section. Both wheels on the left side are off the car. Once again, just took a bit too much of the curb in the first S, and it gripped him and just sent him into the wall.
These S's, they're going to be a killer for these guys.
Oh, they are. They are, and it'll be interesting to see if anybody in the race has the confidence, or even, should I say, the cojones, to maybe try and make a move in the S's.
Well, speaking from experience from last season in this track, this is not my favourite track. This is probably my most hated track.
Me and you are very, very polar opposites when it's this track. Like, this is my absolute favourite track. It's the best track in the world. To you, it's the worst track. You hate it, and you hope it dies.
Can't stand it. It's the bumpiest track. Even coming around the last bend, you can lose it. There's so many places you can lose it on this track, but you can't jeopardise too much top speed. It's not good.
Behave. It's actually challenging only because you spin off every time you bloody go around a corner.
Storm almost losing it there.
Anthem set a purple sector 1 in the racing point.
Oh, Storm's
now towards. Oh, Storm. And he said that's another person, another person getting claimed by the Essence. I think that's our 5th one today. 3 retirements and 2 managing to stay in qualifying. I mean, if this has got something to do with what we might have ahead, this is going to be an unreal race.
Yeah. Anybody could win this at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Those S's have played so many victims already. It's unbelievable, but I imagine we are going to see a lot of penalties tonight too.
Skeefy is going to make it. He's coming through the last chicane now. Yes,
he's right in front of Anthem, I can see. He's right in front of Anthem. He really needs to actually put the power down. He really needs to go. I think he's made it. He's made it.
Lucky
Anthem
guy.
Across the line, 26-3 from Anthem. So we're 26-3 there from the racing point. Can T-Bag do anything better? He's about to come across the line. St. Liam goes second with a 26-7.
Wow.
T-Bag goes second with a 26-7 too. 0.03 of a second quicker than St. Liam. NRC Island, where is he? He is about to head towards 130. There's Ramos with a 26-5 in the Renault. He's coming out of nowhere now. That's another big lap time. Headed in for this top 3. Christoph, where's Christoph? Christoph invalidated his run. Skeefy's on his. NRC Island's approaching the last chicane. So let's see what he's going to put in. The title contender is about to head across the line. He's done a 26.8 so far. He gets DRS. He crosses the line and he does a 26.5. Anthem 2/10 quicker. Is Skeefy got anything to pull out the bag? He's a 10.5 quicker on this lap so far. He's currently on the exit of Spoon. So let's see what happens here. He's heading towards 130R and there's a car in front of him. Maybe getting a nice little bit of slipstream here from the car in front, or he tried to anyway. In fact, it was his teammates. That may have worked quite nicely for them too.
Oh, was it planned?
Ooh, was it? Was it planned?
That would be nice.
Indeed, Skeefy now coming across the line, 26.9. He sets a 26.5.
Oh.
5 thousandths of a second separate him and Island, the 2 championship rivals. You cannot split them this season. What a lap. So many good laps today we saw. Wow, 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 wow.
I tell you what, when you're watching real life Formula 1 and you know that Hamilton's going to run away with it, at least you can always come and watch Div 2 and know that you've got 3 top contenders. And then the entire rest of the pack is so close together. This is what makes Div 2 amazing.
Wing damage there for the McLaren. I think that was actually me. Was that me? Did I just get wing damage? Yes, I did. I got wing damage. Yay.
Oh, there goes the entire wing.
I've hit the Ferrari. That's me trying to get revenge on Total Recoil. Oh dear, but we know that's NRC Arns there in 11th, and is that qualifying done, or are we just waiting? I see an Anthem's in the pits, we're probably just waiting for his car. There we go.
Yeah,
What a qualifying.
Oh, that was all over the place, but in a good way.
Yes, right. Let's have a quick rundown, shall we? So Anthem takes P1 and puts it on pole position with a 26.3. 2 tenths back is NRC Island in the Ferrari. Skiffy in third, only 5 thousandths of a second separate them two. The two title contenders, and 300ths of a second back was Ramos in fourth, Teabag in fifth, Sinclair in sixth, Storm in seventh, just losing it unfortunately on that last run. Christoph in eighth, D6W in ninth, and 10th is Steffi. Me, apparently, but it's Arndt in 11th, Eke Baloba, Darko Wade, Chelsea, Avoki, Harvey, Raz, Nash, Nicki Minaj, and Breezy rounding up the grid. And it's interesting to see how many people actually went off in the S's, Frankstar.
Yeah, it's going to make an interesting first lap.
Yeah, even apparently, just to Skeefy, I am actually appearing in game as my name and not Arndt.
That's Codemaster for you. It's alright, they'll be bought out soon.
Yay! Let's go, EA. Oh,
That's blasphemy.
I can't wait. I can't wait to spend £30 just to unlock Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be fantastic. But what are your predictions, Mr. Fragstar, for today's?
I'm going to go with the obvious. I think this could be Anthem's race. So I'm saying Anthem for P1, and then I have a feeling it's going to be Island P2, Skiffy P3. But again, them S's. Anything can happen in Japan.
Yep, it is true. All it takes is one slight mistake, and it's game over here in Japan. You've really got to be on the ball to really make sure that you're just consistent throughout. Because there's so many corners. You've got the S's. You can even lose it at Spoon, the hairpin, Dunlop. You've got the last chicane where you can lose it. It's 100. It's like what it is an actual track of Singapore. Like if Singapore was made on a track, like not a street circuit, this would be it, because it's just endurance, and but it's a beautifully flowing track. Also,
it's a good track to watch. It's not a good track to race on.
Just because you spin out every 5 minutes, mate, doesn't mean that your opinion's invalid, good sir.
No.
That's what that is.
No, my opinion is valid for myself.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you have that one. So you went with Anthem Skiffy Island, did you say?
No, Anthem Island Skiffy.
Ah, okay. Interesting. It is just that top three, but one person who's really took me a bit back was Ramos. He wasn't that far back. He was only 200ths off Skiffy, and he's in fourth too in the Renault, looking mighty quick. I think I'm going to have to go... You know what? I'm going to go for a really, really, really big call here. I'm going to go Ramos P1 to take his first win. And I think Skiffy P2, Island P3. I think Anthem will lose it in the S's.
That is a very big call.
That is a very, 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 very big call.
No offence to the guy, but that is a big call. Just from previous races, from what we've seen, you know, the top three have always been the same.
He's very, very quick. Anthem, you are very, very quick. I mean, no offence in this, but off the previous couple of races, I think you may push it too hard in the race, where the back end could go, you jump into an accident. So I'm not 100%, but I don't think he's going to get past lap 10.
It also comes down to decision making as well, because you and I both know when a safety car comes out, you have to make that split-second decision to, do I stay out, do I pit, do I go for track position, do I go for fresh tyres? Which one's going to benefit me more? And it can always mess you about because another safety car can happen in 5-10 laps time, and then you're stuck with that decision again. So decisions also play a big part in this, and I think we are going to see more than 2 safety cars in this race.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think there will be 2 safety cars. Do you know how many was there in Div 1 yesterday? I wasn't on commentary. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, if I'm honest with you, mate.
Oh, we're fantastic commentators. Bring in the facts, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're doing. Bring in the facts. But there'll definitely be safety cars in Div 3. That's just a fact. Division 3 is just something else, which I love being a part of and hate at the same time. But we will definitely have 1 safety car, but we also could have a lot of VSCs the game likes to put out recently. It likes to put out a lot of virtual safety cars.
It does. Which is a shame because I quite like seeing a safety car come out because it makes drivers change their strategies on the spot.
Yeah.
And it can also back up the pack as well, gives everybody else a bit of a chance.
Yeah, very much so. But also, could staying out here, especially with there's not that many overtaking places. You got the run up to 130R and the main straight. Everywhere else is a bit too tight to make a move. So could you stay out, maybe try and hold track position, use a bit of VRS down the straights to maybe get away?
I mean, it only takes 1 car to go wide in a corner for somebody to have big balls and make that move. Because this isn't a slow track. We know that.
No. I mean, you're still hitting them S's. You're hitting them in 5th. You hit the first S in like 6th gear, and you go down to 5th. That's it.
Oh,
you don't. So in 5th gear, it's a very, very quick corner. So it's not like those S's are just going to be taken at a reasonable pace. They're still going to be hitting it with the tyre wear that they could have, especially later on in the race, could be critical.
Oh, definitely.
But the top 10 have gone on to the soft compound tyres. Eke Blober is on the mediums. His teammate Darko Wade is on the hards. Chelsea, she has opted for the medium compound tyre in the Racing Point. Avoki is on softs. Harvey's on softs. Raz on the mediums. Nash, his teammate, on the softs. Nicky and Breezy going for the mediums and the softs. So an interesting variety down there outside the top 10.
Very interesting.
But let's just have a quick look. Anthem on pole position. NLC Island behind him. Skeefy close behind him. These two battling all season long. Ramos is on the second row with Skeefy in the Renault and T-Bag in 5th in the Ferrari. But I've made some very bold predictions. You've gone nice and conservative. I've just threw it up in the air. Let's see what happens. This is it. That's basically Ferrari's season. But that's going to be interesting to see if my prediction happens. And if it does, that's going to really give yourself a massive flair of a race.
If we're looking at the driver standings, Skeefy is leading this championship by 1 point. Anthem...
it was 7 thousandths of a second apart.
Anthem is currently 4th in the driver's standings.
Where's Ramos?
Ramos is 3rd.
Ramos is 3rd. So he's had a very nice season. He's had a very... I think you know what he's had? He's had a very consistent season. That's what he's done. He's had a very consistent season. He's bagged points. He's got a couple of podiums. He's had a very nice season. That's what he's had.
Yes, I can agree with that one. 100%.
But we are now lining up. It is the end of the formation lap. We already have a car on the grid. That's always good to see. There's one of the Williams boys at the back of the grid. I think that's Nash who got disqualified, so that's always good. But here we are. We're lining up, and it's going to be a very interesting one. I cannot wait for this, actually.
These drivers have just got to remember that this race is not won in turn 1.
Nope. And turn 1's a very narrow turn 1. I mean, we saw it in actual F1. Centre Prost. It's a high speed. Very narrow.
Right-hander.
Late braking zone too, like for the second corner.
Mm-hmm.
But we are revving up. The lights should be coming on shortly. In fact, I have 0 lights, so I can't tell when they're going. There we go. And it's lights out, and away we go. Anthem got a reasonable start, but the person who did get a good start was NRC Island. Island's already there. Here comes Skeefy. They got to go 3 abreast into turn 1. No, they don't. Island goes through. Anthem runs a little bit wide there. That's unfortunate for Anthem. Skeefy's going to try and pounce on that, and Skeefy nearly losing the rear end there. Teabag and Ramos, they get the best of starts, and he nearly loses it. Goes straight off in the S's there. That was a little bit of collision there between him and ERN Stormers. They all now. Constantina, and there's a Ferrari, and it's Teabag. Ferrari of Teabag has lost it just before Dunlop, and he's now right at the back of the field.
Such a shame for him.
A big shame there for Teabag, as I think the 2 Alfa Romeo boys are battling. But look at Anthem. Anthem is staying on the back of NRC Island, and Skeefy also trying to get past Anthem and maybe try and pounce on NRC Island. But what a launch Island got off the start there, already alongside and past Anthem by turn 1.
I think Anthem running wide cost him a position.
Ooh, Christoph just saved that. Christoph nearly losing it there on the exit of Spoon. I think that was it. Here comes Eke Blover and Darko Wade, the 2 Alfa Romeos. The one's on the hard and one is on the medium compound tyres. And the hard is proving quite nice here at the start. He's really trying to get past us. They're now going to go side by side into the chicane, and Eke Blover actually backs out of that one.
Probably a smart decision for him. You do not want to be
Island! Island! What's happened?
Anthem. What's happened to Anthem? It's Codemasters. Okay.
Yeah. But it's also telling me that Island's not in the car and he's ghosted. Oh, Nicky retires in the pits. Okay. I thought we could have got a nice little safety car there. I don't know what's actually going on with this lobby today. I really don't.
Well, for me, Island is still driving. But for some reason, Anthem's dropped to P13.
Ooh, Christoph! Mate, he must have a very low downforce setup. He just seems to be struggling keeping that rear end intact and not letting it go. But I've actually got blue flags on the track, by the way. And Avoki has gone off there at turn 1, so that causes a yellow flag there.
Right, the lobby seems to have sorted itself out.
I think so, but I'm pretty sure Storm's getting blue flags. I saw. I'm sure, like Cody. I think I was on board with Christoph, and he was getting blue flags. So I'm not too sure. Yeah, there's blue flags out.
I'm seeing blue flags as well, which is strange. Hopefully, he doesn't pick up penalties because of that.
Yeah. Hopefully not. But Skeefy is right on the back of Anthem as he slows it down towards the chicane. The 2 Alfa Romeos, them 2 are battling again side by side, and Eke Blover finally gets ahead there. And you would think maybe some team orders could have come into play there, both on alternate strategies on the mediums and the hard compound tyres. So I'm not too sure about that one.
I mean, Sink Liam's keeping up with the top 3 as well.
Yeah, he put in quite a reasonable lap time. Just unfortunately, that a couple of people did beat him. He dropped down to 7th, so he's had a really good start. He's up in 4th. He's quite comfortable at the minute in the AlphaTauri, and he's just looking at these guys, thinking, if you two fight, one of you's making a mistake, I'm perfect.
Yeah.
He's looking perfectly at his podium places. But it'll be interesting to see what happens here, because Anthem... Oh, there we go. There's actually the first time penalty of the session, and it does come from Anthem there. Ooh. And we have a Mercedes off, and that's Breezy. Got wing damage too there, coming out of Dunlop. As the Ferrari now Teabag goes past, how much wing damage was there? I think it was the left-hand side of the front wing of Breezy.
It's a lot of damage.
There's a lot of damage. Definitely going to need to box for a new wing. That will be really hard to turn in, that will be. Going back up to the field, the other Mercedes of Steffi is 3/10 behind D6W and a little train behind Christoph. Some moves need to be made here, but like we say, there's not really that many places to make a move here.
No, there's not. I'm just looking at Skeefy, who's got quite an amount of ERS. But so do the top 2 as well. So it's all coming down to this main straight.
Anthem setting the fastest lap of a 1:30.9. St. Clean just dropping out that DRS, but he managed to still get it. So maybe just made a little mistake there coming out of the final chicane. But we've got a little train here behind Christoph, the McLaren. We've got D6W, Steffi, and me, apparently, but it's not me. It's Mr. NRC Arndt who is behind them. So there is a couple of trains, there is a couple of packs here, but I think they're all literally just being conservative, waiting for the moment, and then when they see the car ahead make a mistake, that's going to be it. It's going to be absolute pouncing on whatever they can grab.
Yeah, that's the thing with Japan. Like you said, there's not many places to overtake, so it is going to be a wait for somebody to mess up.
All side by side, Steffi and NRC Arndt trying to go around the outside of the hairpin, and it's a nice move, and I think he's actually got that job done. He has got that job done. It is Breezy, Steffi, going to send it up the inside, headed into Spoon. They are going to send it up the inside, headed into Spoon, and there goes Steffi, and he's got that move done, heading into Spoon. We've got yellow flags out there, but I couldn't see a car off on the minimap.
No, neither could I.
Interesting. It's Gold Masters. We all know what it's like.
I mean, you have got a battle between Teabag and Raz, I believe. They are very close with each other.
They are further back in 17th, and in fact, there goes Teabag on Raz. Softs versus the mediums, and the softs are proving dividend here. So that is very interesting to see. A now moves up into 16th for Steffi, and Arndt are both battling. Arndt goes into 9th position before turn 1 there. That is beautiful, but I've just noticed Skeefy's just dropped to a second out of Anthem and is falling into the clutches of St. Clean.
He is. I don't know what's happening. Maybe he's lost the back end and he's just lost some time.
Possibly.
So I'm just riding on board with Raz at me because I've just noticed that he's missing an end plate, which can cause a lot of problems going through them S's.
Yes, like, it's very, very difficult to drive here, especially just even with a slightly damaged wing. You can really feel the downforce start going, and especially with how much damage he could potentially have, then maybe he should pit. Oh, Harvey is looking to try and get past Darko Wade here. He's on the soft compound tyres in the Renault. He's heading towards Spoon. He just comes a little bit wide there. And Nash is sat behind this too. And here comes Eke below. And Steffi's gone wide actually on the exit of Spoon. And is now being overtaken by Chelsea. Now Darko Wade. Will Harvey manage to get him? He's put the overtake on now, but I think it's a bit too late. They're going to go side by side into 130. Oh, and they make contact! And there goes the Mercedes off the track. The Renault is still on, but now Nash is going to be looking at this and trying to get the battle on. And Nash is going to send it around the outside of the chicane on Steffi. And Steffi's trying to hold on. You've really got to be careful accelerating out there, Steffi. And manages to keep it on the track, but losing 5 positions there.
Just shows how tight Japan is. And one single mistake can cost you so many positions.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I'm looking up ahead. Gaps are beginning to form. 1 second gaps are bridging. They're flopping in and out, I've noticed. That's what's happening. But Sink has actually kept this nice 5 to 6 tenths gap between him and Skeefy.
Yeah, he could I would say in the next 2 to 3 laps, if he's on point and consistent, he could get that move done. He's got so much more ERS than Skeefy does. Because obviously Skeefy's trying to stay with Anthem.
Yeah, he's trying really, really to just absolutely do what he can to close any gaps and pounce on any mistakes. But it's interesting to see Sink really just holding off quite nicely. I think it's rare that we see him. I think he might be one of the reserve drivers, if I remember correctly. So we don't get to see him that often, but he's proven quite competitive here today.
He is, yeah.
But we do have a train behind Chelsea in the racing point. There's only 2 people so far who have picked up penalties, and that is Anthem and Chelsea, the 2 racing points, picking up the first penalties of the evening. So what I'm going to be interested to see is if people are going to go for the soft hard strategy, or the soft medium as Steffi picks up 3 seconds for multiple warnings. D6 and Arndt and 2 are fighting into turn 1. The AlphaTauri gets ahead there of NRC. Arndt, Darko Wade I'm looking at Chelsea at the minute, and Chelsea's just having a bit of understeer going through some of the corners, especially the S's. So it'll be interesting to see. But these guys are all going long back here, so this is full track position, and the people who chose the softs like Harvey and Nash, they're getting stuck up behind them.
Ooh. Chelsea almost ran wide there.
Very interesting to see. I mean, this track is literally all about technical. Like, pitting at the right time, an undercut would be absolutely beautiful. But we're not going to see that much overtaking, which is a shame. We'll see cars go off, but I don't think we'll see much overtaking.
No, I don't see us seeing. Well, we say that. I mean, one car just lost 5 positions, but that was because of a mistake. But head-to-head overtaking, I don't think we'll see that much.
Could this be St. Clement's opportunity? He's now within 2/10 of Skeefy. If he gets a really good exit here, he could maybe mount some pressure now and maybe take it into turn 1. He gets a fantastic exit with Skeefy pits, so we would have got him anyway, I think. But Skeefy pits and now is probably looking to get an undercut on Anthem and Island.
Yeah, I think he's gone heavy for the undercut there.
What does he go for? Does he go for mediums or does he go for the hards?
He's gone for the hards.
He's gone for the hards, but my game just showed me that he took off inters. Harvey and Darko, these two are side by side. Ooh, Darko just going round the outside of turn 2, and Harvey trying to put the power down, just loses and snaps the back end, makes a little bit of contact there with Darko. I think Liam picks up a 3-second time penalty. That is crucial for him, especially looking at these guys in front.
Yep.
But he has closed on Anthem, which is interesting to see because he was behind Skeefy and Skeefy was dropping back a bit. And he's now really closed that up on Anthem too, so he has got some serious pace here.
He does. I mean, he is in DRS range, so it's only a matter of time. As long as he can keep it consistent, he can get that move done in a couple of laps. But the question is, when are the top 3 pitting?
Well, now they know that Skeefy, because Skeefy is down in 14th now. He's on the hard compound side. He's looking for an undercut here. Those hards are going to be tough for the first couple of laps. If these stay out, go for the mediums, say at like lap 10. The mediums should last, and then you'll be on a quicker tyre, and you could really try and pull away. And especially if Skeefy gets caught in traffic. Anthem pits. Ooh, 5-second time penalty, speed in the pit lane. He locked up as he went over the line. That is huge there for Anthem. That's a big, big penalty, and he is going for the hard compound tyre.
That's 8 seconds worth of penalties he's got now.
That is crucial, absolutely crucial. Nash gets a 5-second time penalty also for speeding in the pit lane. This pit lane is quite a late braking area, and if you get it really wrong, it's a big costly penalty at the end of the race, especially if there's a safety car.
Skeefy did not beat Anthem.
Oh, but look how close they actually are, though. That's insane. Anthem maybe just had a big, big push lap, and I think so did Skeefy because he's on 38% ERS. But what a big push lap that is, as I apparently pick up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Thing is, right now, Skeefy's tyres are probably nice and warm. Anthem's are still technically on an outlap.
Yeah, bit slippery still. I mean, the hards always are. The hards are really, really slippy. They are right at the start, the first, say, 5 laps until they get proper warning. They can be just such a tricky tyre.
Yeah.
As Nash is approaching his teammate in 15th position, he's currently trying to get on the back of Raz, and he's on the hard compound tyres too. So Raz is 10 seconds behind D6W down there in 13th position, and Island comes into the pits, and Sink, he's staying out for a little bit as Island comes in for the hard compound tyres.
I think Sink's going to try and go on some mediums.
I think he is too.
But them tyres don't look like they've been letting up, so fair play to him.
Yeah, he must have some really, really good tyre wear. I know it's possible if you have a very conservative...
There's a Ferrari off.
Oh, a Ferrari off, and that is Teabag. Down and Spoon there, so that's huge for him. I mean, probably St. Liam's probably wishing that was a safety car and he actually crashed, because that would bring in beautifully for St. Liam. But I'm looking at Anthem, and these guys are a lot closer together now, these three. Now they're all on the hards. as they
God,
head
they
off
are
speed.
close.
They really are. All they need now is the guys ahead of them to pit. And there goes Raz. Raz is in the pits, in fact, actually. I thought that was an incident, but it wasn't. We could have had a bit of excitement with a safety car there. But Anthem, coming out with Spoon, is getting really nice exits here, and he's really trying to push Island to get ahead. I mean, he has to push now due to his 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so he really does have to give it a good push now to make sure he can try and maybe walk away a bit as T-Bag retires. Safety car! Safety car! That's worked beautifully now for St. Liam. He has to pit, surely. He does! He does pit! That has worked beautifully there for St. Liam, and if he goes on the medium compound tyres now, those mediums will last due to the safety car, and that's going to be absolutely beautiful. He does go for mediums.
Oh, this safety
This
car.
has played absolutely beautiful for St. Liam. This is a Hamilton safety car, this is. That's what this is. This is a Hamilton safety car. Darko Wade stays out, though, on the hard compound tyres. Oh, Island gets him. Oh, he gets ahead of Skeefy. No, he doesn't. Skeefy gets ahead. That was really close. I really thought that was St. Liam's chance to stay ahead there and get ahead.
Oh, them top 3 runners, they must have been pushing so hard.
Yeah. So hard on that outlap. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Now, with these guys on the hards, we saw how close they were before this safety car. Darko's going to be holding people up. And you've also now got St. Liam, who's going to be a big threat to them on the mediums.
Yep.
And even Ramos behind them, he's on the hards. He's been brought back into this race. He was about 3 seconds behind before the pit stops. So this is, and even Arndt was in 12th, by the way. He's decided to stay out for a couple of laps, and now he's in 7th.
What's happening down there?
This is going to be interesting. I mean, I don't think this safety car is going to be out there for that long. The only car that's really far back is Avoki and Breezy. So I think this might come in after maybe one more lap. One more lap and we could see some really interesting action.
What tyre did D6 start on? Do you know?
D6, he was inside the top 10, so he's going for a 2-stop. Is he going for a soft medium? He must be. Let me just have a look at the race director. Yeah, soft softs. He's gone on to soft softs.
So he's opted for the 2-stopper.
He's going for the 2-stop, maybe banking on a late safety car, darting in for those mediums.
So he's got to push hard on them softs.
Yeah, he has to get past Storm and quickly get past Storm. I mean, there will be a big difference in speed between them two, the hards and the softs, but it'll be interesting to see. Like we say, the overtaking areas, there isn't that much, and he's the only man out there on soft compound tyres. I imagine the safety car will be in this lap, because the two people who are catching up are now on the pit straight. They will catch up by the S's, because the safety car goes so slow through the S's, it's unreal. Oh, have you ever been behind a safety car rear frag? It goes so slow. It goes so slow.
Well, the safety car just goes slow anyway.
Yes, this is true, but no. In fact, the worst is Monaco. Monaco, it barely moves. It just doesn't move. It's like walking. It's like being a snail. It literally is a bit like being a snail with a safety car. But right, them two have caught up. So I imagine this should be safety car in this lap. And I want to know what's going through Darko's head. Is he must be banking on another late safety car around lap 20. He has to be. I understand the hards go long, but
that's a big if.
Yeah, it is a big if. And I think that's the exact same of what D6W is hoping for, because now the pack's bunched up. 10 laps time is probably going to be your pit window. Not even 10 laps, 8 laps time is going to be your pit window, probably. It's a big risk. They're still going to be bunched up in 8 laps. But I think we should be in this lap. Safety car is, yes, it is. Safety car in this lap. Darko Wade leads us now to the chicane. He's got to get some heat into those hard compound tyres. He's backing up the field now as they all go through 130R. Hopefully nobody picks up some penalties when they all back up. Let's see how this restart gets away. If Island can get him in turn 1, that is a huge gap for him to go and pull then.
Oh, definitely.
I'm going to go on board with Island. Island, look at Island. He's there. He's there in his mirrors. He wants him.
He's ready to pounce.
There goes Darko. Darko goes. And Anthem gets actually a really great start. And here he comes. Anthem is already trying to get Island here. He's alongside him. But I think he's fallen back a bit. Maybe Island's got a little bit of a low drag downforce setup there. But that worked really nicely there for Anthem there. But he just couldn't get it done. He was just getting pulled away.
I mean, Darko caught Island napping, and Island was ready to pounce. That was
he really did. Island was like a shark in the water, but he just got it done. He just couldn't get it done. Darko got an absolutely mega start, and Steffi's off. And Steffi has wing damage to the left side, which is, once again, the Mercedes having a terrible day. In fact, both Mercedes have damage to the left side. So could the Mercedes have made contact there? But going further ahead, Anthem, Skeefy, Sync Liam. Now, Sync Liam, this is going to be interesting on the mediums. It's going to be very interesting. I think D6 as well. He's just a 10th behind Storm. He needs to get past. These guys who are on the softer compound tyre need to get past.
Oh yeah, definitely. Otherwise they're just going to end up washing away any chance they have on them soft tyres.
Indeed, Breezy gets a 3-second time penalty at the back there. That's unfortunate for himself. Not had the best of races. Here comes D6W. A bit of contact there between him and the Haas. The Haas sending it down the inside of Storm. And then, they're fighting and they're battling and they're still side by side on the exit of the chicane. The McLaren now of Arns is going to look into this. He's going around the outside now. It's of Christoph, sorry, not Arns. He's on the outside of Storm now. Storm can now lose 2 positions in only a matter of corners as they go into turn 1. Round the outside goes Christoph, and he gets that move done, and it's a yellow sector 3, as I think both of the Mercedes are going to retire in the pits there. Oh, Anthem's a 10th off. Anthem, this could be it now. Heading on NRC Island, he's really close to the back of him there. It would be very brave to send it into the right-hander. But this is really putting the gas on here. They're really trying to battle now. This safety car has changed the shape of this race.
I mean, I don't know if you saw a minute ago, but Anthem picked up another 3-second time penalty, giving him a total of 11 seconds.
Oh, Skeefy. Skeefy's right on the back of Anthem now. So Anthem, just once again, I don't know what's going on. He just gets a lot of penalties recently.
He's pushing too hard. He wants to keep up. He wants to make that move. I've been in the exact same position.
Yeah. This is it for Island. Island could get ahead of Darko Wade here, and he needs to get ahead of Darko Wade. He could pull a gap then to Anthem. And then if he gets caught behind, as Darko goes wide, and Anthem is now going to pounce on this. Skeefy needs to get past Darko as they now go side by side. Anthem goes around the outside, and he gets that move done. And out of the chicane, can Skeefy pounce on Darko being put under pressure? I think he can. Here we go. Skeefy's already alongside him, and he's looking to take this into turn 1 down the inside now. Can the Haas get the job done as he goes down the inside? Oh,
Jesus.
No bit of contact there, but there is the Haas. As he goes under and over, and he pushes the Haas wide of Skeefy, and there goes St. Liam, and Skeefy's round. Bit of contact there from St. Liam as St. Liam tried to overtake him around the outside there of the first S, has cost Skeefy 10 places.
Such a shame. It's them S's. Can't make a move in them S's. It's too dangerous.
I understand that Skeefy was a bit squirrely. He was having a battle with Darko Wade. Darko Wade doing the under and over on Skeefy into turn 2. But man, oh man, just trying to regain, because he already went off the track the first time with Darko. He came back on the track as he tried to come back onto the track and take the S at a low speed. Just St. Liam just clipped his front right, and that was it. He was round.
Skeefy needs a safety car now.
Yeah.
If he wants any
safety
chance.
Car.
Yes. He needs that safety car.
A safety car and a pair of softs is exactly what he needs. It's the only chance he's got, as I think this is Sinclair now making a move on Darko Wade. He's going to go around the outside of the chicane. Darko hits him, tries to do an under and over on Darko, but Darko just gets a better braking zone and a better exit than the man on the medium compound tyres.
He's doing very well for being on
He
15 lap old hards.
I agree. Very, very well. He's done, without a doubt, he's been putting up a fight as well. I mean, May didn't have to put up such a big fight with Skeefy because he hasn't yet pitted. However, he has all right to do so at the same time. Ooh, Harvey nearly lost it, and now this is going to play in the hands of Nash. Is Nash going to make the move into the S? I don't think they will, and nearly loses it themselves there. So that's very close there at the back with Chelsea and Skeefy waiting to pounce on this. Skeefy needs to get through this pack, and quick.
Oh. Chelsea really riding the grass there.
Yeah, definitely so. Oh, is that a move being... Oh, Nash trying to make a move on the outside, and Harvey's just really struggling there. But Sinclair is now a 10th off Darko. Darko goes wide into Spoon, and there opens the door for Sinclair. And Sinclair now is looking at Anthem and is only 1.1 seconds behind on better compounds.
Darko's got less than 10% ERS right now.
Yeah, he's struggling, and Ramos is approaching him too.
The top 4 are really riding, top 5 actually, are really riding on next to no ERS.
Yeah, I'm looking at a helicopter shot here of Harvey and Nash going side by side. Oh, here comes Skeefy going around the outside. Is it going to be a double overtake here? 2 overtakes. Oh no! Skeefy crashes with Chelsea and manages to keep it on the track. Nearly went straight off. I thought that was going to be another issue there for Skeefy, but manages to keep it on the track there, man. He's in the wars today in that hat. Looking further up the field, Ramos is now on the back of Darko Wade and has got a very nice exit coming out of Dunlop. Darko Wade just seems to be struggling there. Let's see how they take the 2 right-handers. Let's see how this is going to go here. If Ramos just gets a good exit, that's all he needs. But Anthem is also now 3 tenths behind NRC Island. So literally a good exit could really cause a fantastic overtaking opportunity.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm looking at all the ERS as well. Everybody, the whole top 5, has got less than about 20% ERS, I think.
Yeah, it's the question, who's going to get that move done with no ERS? Who's got the better setup? Like you said, who's going to get that better exit?
All it takes is an exit and maybe a slight bit of overtake at one time, and that's it. Off you go.
Anthem is very close.
Ooh, look at him. He's just desperate to get past. Patience, boy. Patience. That's all you need. Have a little bit of patience. Sinclair sets the fastest lap too, so he's not even looking for slipstream. Sinclair, he's just doing his own thing. I'm looking at this fight on board with these two. Ramos is about to get past Darko Wade into turn 1. Is Darko going to challenge him back in turn 2 like he did to Skeefy? No, he does not. And that puts Ramos into P4 on those hards.
Sinclair is waiting for a mistake. That's exactly what he's doing. He's playing it nice and cool. Ooh, Avoki has DNF'd.
In the pits.
But yes, Sinclair is waiting for a mistake. He's ready to pounce. He's keeping up with them. And even if he ends up finishing P3, I think he'll be very happy with that.
Oh yes, without a doubt. I think that will be his first podium too, which he should be very, very proud of if he gets it. But he's only got, is it the 3-second time penalty compared to Anthem's 11? So even if he stays behind Anthem, that's still P2 for him.
Well, bear in mind he's got Ramos only 1.7 seconds behind. So it's
also true.
Ramos can keep up.
I mean, the pack hasn't really spread out that much. Anthem could lose a lot of places.
He could. Anthem doesn't need another safety car at all, because he will lose a lot of places.
He could end up at the back if somebody doesn't spin. If they all stay together, he could easily end up at the back if there's a late safety car. Ramos Fastest man on track at the minute. Ooh, is Anthem going to make a move into turn 1? Ooh, into turn 2. Ooh, he thought about it. He really did have a think about that. And I saw the moment where he backed out and went, maybe not.
God, you want...
He's going down the inside of Nash. Oh, Nash touches him, and Skeefy's round. That's the third person I've seen hit Skeefy today on the inside tyres, on the front tyres, and Skeefy's round again.
He's having a stinker today.
He's in the wars as this man. We all know the mid pack is the most dangerous place to be. On the edge of the mid pack up until about 5th, 4th is very, very dangerous to be, and it's showing today, man. It really is. It's a big shame. This is what he needs is Island to either crash out or be another safety car.
I don't see us getting another safety car.
I don't think there will be either. I agree with that, but this midfield is very close together. We know anything can happen.
I mean, Anthem at the minute is getting a very nice look at Island's turbo.
A very nice look indeed. I mean, he's really in the back of it. He just needs to get the move done, man. I mean, he's got to benefit that DRS. I mean, he's trying to get the slipstream. I don't understand why St. Liam isn't trying to get the slipstream off Anthem. He's done it every time coming down the straight. Ooh. Is he going to go around the outside? He goes a bit wide there, and that's the Island. Pushes him out a little bit there.
Well, you wanted close call racing. That's Division 2.
Yep, indeed. St. Liam now only 3 attempts actually behind Anthem. He needs to light up these mediums the way he needs to use them and get them going. Oh, he's got a very good exit actually. In fact, he may have just listened to me. Anthem really needs to get past Island. He's had multiple opportunities to do it with that DRS.
I mean, watching Anthem for the last couple of laps, he's pushing so hard, he's actually losing the back end a bit in some of these corners.
All it takes is one of those S's.
He's got overtake engaged now rather than the straights. I think he's riding 6% ERS. He needs to just calm down, gain some ERS, keep up with him, and make that move.
Yeah, I mean, Sync and Island are on pretty much the exact same. Anthem is just burning through the ERS, man. I mean, the S's are the place where you gain ERS back, but as soon as you come out of it, he's using it everywhere he possibly can. He needs to be a bit less trigger happy with that button and just bide your time, mate. But I say this, he's very, very close to Island right now, and Island's on pretty much the exact same. Ooh. He's doing it under and over, and he's going for the move, and he's got the move done, heading into turn 2, and that was actually a fantastic under and over.
Oh, Darko's pitted. He's gone on the softs. But no, like you said, that was a fantastic move from Anthem. I will give him that.
What needs to happen? Yeah, it was a beautiful move. What needs to happen here now, Mr. Fragstar, is St. Liam needs to get past Island. Oh, he's going to do it here, in fact! He's going down the inside and they make contact! And Island spins St. Liam round, and he is losing places by the second. That was a very dangerous area to maybe try and make a move there from St. Liam, but I think Island just went in a little bit too deep into the corner, and I think he saw a gap and an opportunity, and he took it, and it just hasn't paid off.
That's such a shame. He's been there so well.
The dark horse of this race, who was really making his way up the field and keeping up with the front runners, is now out of it. And this now, pretty much to me, looks like an Island guaranteed win.
Ramos can still P2 here as well.
He could still P2 massively, and he's actually gaining on Island. He's nearly in that DRS zone too, which is going to be interesting to see what happens there as Christoph sets the fastest lap of the race though, with a 1:30.1, and he's very close to his teammate, in fact, of NRC Art, so that's going to be interesting to see if any team orders come under that, but I don't think there will be, as they're both on the pretty much the same strategy. One's on the hard, one's on the mediums. But St. Liam goes into the pits and retires from the session. What a big shame, man.
He's so upset with himself.
Big shame. Just like you say, Frag, as well, something you preach is patience. Patience. It's all you need. A little bit of patience, and that gap will come in a better area. It's all you need, and we see that with Anthem.
Sometimes you just need to ask Jeff, you know, what's happening in front, and just go, okay, they've got penalties. I'm just going to relax. I don't need to overtake.
You don't even need to ask Jeff anymore. It tells you on the screen now, doesn't it? In the latest update.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
So you don't even need to do that. You just, as soon as you see anybody with penalties and you don't have pens, that's when you can sit back and just wait a minute. But Ramos in P3 sat very comfortable here right now and looking maybe at the race win in front of him.
I mean, Anthem is pulling a gap. I mean,
He is pulling a gap.
Won't be an 11-second gap, but
he is pulling one. Like, fair credit to him, he is pulling one, but I don't think it's going to be significant enough to do anything, as Christoph is going down the inside of NRC Arns, and he's got that move done, and he moves up into 4th position there. So some drivers are really closing in on other people here, and it could bring up some nice fighting. And here goes Nash on the outside there of Harvey. Booth and Skeefy went down the inside of Chelsea. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Harvey and Nash. Skeefy's put himself back up into the points and into 10th position. So hopefully he won't be leaving it empty-handed as he nearly goes into the back of Harvey Booth there.
Big break.
He had to get really on the brakes there to make sure he doesn't break his front wing. He breaks his front wing now, it's game over. Wow.
And this is the thing for Skeefy. He can't be patient. He has to move.
Yeah, he has to, like, any opportunity he sees, he needs to take. Like, that's without a doubt. If he gets a good exit here and under and over, and gets a very good exit against Harvey, he could run it down into Spoon, but I think Harvey's using all of his ERS, man. Harvey's a sitting duck compared to Skeefy, and so's Nash. Like, they've all got very low ERS around him. And he's sat on about 40% right now.
It's all going to come down to that main straight with that dodgy turn one.
It's beautiful. Don't call it dodgy. It's beautiful. Look what it's shown us already.
It's dodgy when two cars go into it.
This is also true. Ramos, though, look at this from Ramos. He's now only 2 tenths behind Ireland, and I'm looking at Ireland's rear end here, Frag, and that rear end does not look stable. That rear end looks very unstable.
I don't know what's happened to Ireland. He's lost 3 seconds to Anthem, and he's losing time to Ramos.
Big time. I'm not too sure. Maybe these hards are just falling off. Maybe the setup isn't a very nice to the tyres, and they're just falling off. Maybe. I'm not too sure. But this now, Ramos is looking at a win right now, and this was my prediction. If Ramos wins this, everybody message me for your lottery numbers tonight, okay? We'll make sure we'll come out with at least £3 each. But Ramos is there. Skeefy's on the back of Nash, who's 9 seconds off. I mean, Skeefy still doesn't have any penalties, which is good. So no matter what, he's going to gain some places, as Harvey and Chelsea are actually battling behind him, heading towards Spoon. And there goes Harvey. And he moves up into the points and into 10th place there. But I'm looking at Ramos now. We're down at the chicane. Going onto the pit straight. If all he needs, like I say, all he needs is a good exit. That's all you need. A good exit, and you can really hurt Ireland.
As it stands, Anthem is not finishing on that podium.
No. And I don't think he might, as it stands there, I think he'll go all the way down to like 7th-ish. He's got 11 seconds. He could end up around 7th. He could just be behind Eke. Which is going to be crucial.
I mean,
Harvey and Chelsea are still battling down at the edge of turn 1. Oh, he's going to send it down the inside of the S's. Oh, Chelsea, that was risky. That was very close, as I apparently pick up 3 seconds time penalty for multiple warnings. That sounds about right, to be fair.
Looking as well, Storm has had a very consistent race.
Ooh, let's make the racing point in Harvey. make contact there, and I think, how has Chelsea not got damage from that? How is Chelsea, I watched Chelsea's wing just smack straight into the rear end of, thing is, Skeefy is 4/10 behind Nash now, and is really looking to push and get a move done just to get up that order as quickly as possible. But the main person I'm looking at now, we have 2 laps to go, and Ramos needs to get this move done if he wants this win.
Just patience. Don't do anything too risky.
Just get a good exit, and let's be honest with you, you look like you have. Slipstream and DRS, just stay in it for as long as you possibly can. But Ireland's setup, I have noticed this with people trying to challenge him, he does look like he is running a low drag setup. Oh, as he goes very deep there, that could have been an opportunity for Ramos to stick it on that apex there, but I think he just took a bit too much speed through there. Oh, there's contact, Darko Wade, and I think D6W was that down at the final chicane. Them two made contact, and Darko Wade was spun round there, and here comes Ramos. 1/10 behind, and look how close he is, man. He's really desperate just to get past. This is for absolutely everything now, Ramos. You can do it.
If I was Ramos right now, I would not be using a single bit of ERS. I wouldn't put it in overtake. I'd save it for that last lap.
Ooh, Harvey's lost it, but it's too late for a safety car. Harvey lost it in the S's. A lot of retirements here. We've had 8 retirements, unfortunately, here today.
Again, Japan is a cruel mistress.
It is. Indeed. It was all a bit of a lock-up there from Ramos coming out of Spoon, which has really hampered his progress. We're heading towards the final lap of the race here. And I've got to say, though, 16 laps for Storm on those hard compound tyres, sat in 6th. He's looking pretty right now. He's looking good, but he has got Eke closing in on him.
Yeah, he's had a very consistent race. It's nice to see from Storm.
Indeed, indeed. But it is now officially the final lap. Ramos, you have 1 lap to take this win. Is he going to make a move as he goes deep? Ireland just needs to cover the apex of that corner, and he might be okay. He just can't run wide or make a mistake as Skeefy sets the fastest lap of the race with a 29.5 there on the hard compound tyres. Oh, Ramos, please. Go on, do it. Do it. As he now goes through Dunlop, he's got everything on the line now. Look how close he's getting to the back of him, man. All it takes is Ireland to make one slight little mistake or run wide, and that could be it. This has to be perfect from NRC Ireland.
Big lock up there.
Big lock up. Big lock up. That hairpin there proving a bit difficult for Ramos on the final lap. Locking up. Was it both tyres he locked up? Actually, it looked like both of them, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh. He's got 1 final straight to go. He needs to pump everything into this, but look at Ireland too, though. He's got more ERS. He's not even using it. And Christoph's caught onto the back of these guys too. Christoph is looking to take this final podium position when Anthem crosses the line, and Anthem is about to cross the line here, but he will not keep a podium place. He'll drop down due to penalties. Anthem crosses the line. Oh, Ramos nearly loses it as Ireland now comes across the line. He takes the win in Japan. Ramos in second. Christoph comes home in a mighty third. Anthem drops down into 4th. Storm stays 5th. I'm looking at my own name, man. Arndt goes into P6. Eke Belova is in P7. Skeefy, unfortunate, very tough race for him today. But still comes home with some points. The gap won't separate too much. And I think that was D6W there, down in 9th. But what an interesting race that was.
Very interesting. Very good drive from a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of good drives. I feel very sorry for Skeefy. I feel very sorry for St. Liam. Both were doing an incredible drive. I would have loved to have seen what St. Liam could have done on those medium compound tyres. But there it is. NRC Ireland will now take this this championship with a big gap now. I think it'll be around 20 points now, I'm right in saying.
My
I think Skeefy got fastest lap, so I think he walks away altogether with 3 points if he was 8th. No, 4 points if he was 8th. So yeah, he will now be. Who was ahead? Was it Skeefy or Ireland? Who was ahead by 1 point?
It was Skeefy ahead by 1 point.
Skeefy. So yeah, exactly 20. Exactly 20. Ireland will now run away with Skeefy, which is a big gap with only, I believe, 5 races to go.
And it's Christmas break now, isn't it?
Christmas break for 3 weeks. USA is next on the list. We have Div 3 tomorrow to wrap it up before Christmas. And I believe, what is the date we're back? Can you find out?
3 weeks from today.
What is the actual date?
The 4th.
It is I've got it. Yes. The 4th of January, we will be back for Division 2. But what a really good race that was. I really thoroughly enjoyed commentating over that one. But yeah, we'll be back in 3 weeks' time, me and Mr. Fragstar. We've got Div 3 tomorrow, which I'm really, really looking forward to. And should be a very interesting race, so make sure you all tune in for that. I've been Dame Zero anyway, your lead commentator, alongside me, Mr. Fragstar.
Thank you very much, Dime. It's always a pleasure.
I wish, once again, I wish I could say the same. You'll never really get that. You'll never really say it's a pleasure with you. I'll say for the stream. I'll say for the stream. Yeah, it's a pleasure too, Frag. It's a pleasure too.
Just reading the script, mate. All right.
Okay. Yeah, okay. But anyway, we've been European Race Night. We've been hosting Division 2 once again. Division 2. Oh, we didn't give a driver of the day.
Oh, I think that's obvious, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, for me, it's Ramos.
Yeah, he was in 4th. We did. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give it Ramos. Yeah, I'll agree with that one. Anyway, let's try this again, shall we? I've been Dame Zero, your lead commentator, alongside me, Mr. Fragstar. We do hope you have all enjoyed tuning in with us. We'll be back in 3 weeks' time on January the 4th for USA. And we're back tomorrow for Division 3 here in Japan. So tune in for that. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, guys.